Right, welcome to the solution to exercise 6-1 located on page 240. We've got a bunch of activities in the Greenberry company, and we need to classify them as unit level, batch level, product level, or facility level, and provide a potential example of an allocation base that could be used to allocate the cost of each activity. So the first one is direct labor workers assemble a product. Okay, so if they're assembling a product, they're going to do this for each and every unit of production, and therefore, hopefully, it's fairly obvious that this is a unit level activity. And what would be activity measures? Could be something like direct labor hours. Could be number of units, that sort of thing. B, engineers design a new product. Okay, so now whether you make one product or 10 products, that's not going to change. This is not a unit nor a batch, but a product level cost. And you could look at engineer design hours, something like that, perhaps. C, a machine is set up to process a batch. Well, that's a bit of a dead giveaway, but whether the batch is 200 or 10,000, you know, a machine setup is almost always a batch level cost. So you could either do something like batch setup time, but probably more common would just be number of batches. D, automated machines cut and shape materials. This is probably a unit level cost, and you know, maybe machine hours, or possibly number of units as your allocation base. E, Human Resources Department trains new employees concerning company policies. So this is probably facility level, but you know, if it's a factory that only makes one product, you could argue that maybe it's product level cost, right? But more than likely it'll be facility level. Maybe it's number of employees. I don't know, training hours maybe. Raw materials are moved from the receiving dock to the production line. This one is, I would argue, is batch level, although you might be able to make a compelling argument that it could be unit level as well. But typically, you would move the stuff to the production line as part of getting set up to produce a batch. But if you're a factory that only makes one item, you know, maybe you can argue that it's a unit level thing. So could talk about number of batches again, you know, that sort of thing. If it's a unit thing, maybe it's number of units. I don't know. G, random sample of 10 units is inspected for defects in each batch. Well, that clearly is a batch level cost. And again, could do number of batches. Possibly inspection hours or inspection time. And that concludes the exercise.